actually like this so much better than a hotel.
Is Tamara here?
No.
I think you have the wrong home.
Lock the front door!
Why are you doing this to us?
Because you're here.
The movie begins in a woods where a terrified man is frantically running away from someone. After some time, he collides with a piece of wood and falls, injuring his leg and rendering him unable to move forward. Two people with axes in their hands approach him, and one of them kills him. Following this, we see Maya and her boyfriend Ryan on the third day of their road trip across the country to celebrate their 5th anniversary. They get a little too romantic, and suddenly a truck comes in front of them, and they narrowly escape a collision. They continue driving, but Maya notices that their GPS is not working because the phone has no signal. Realizing they are lost, they eventually come across a town named Venus and decide to stop at a diner to get something to eat. At the diner, Maya and Ryan meet a couple who mention that today is their anniversary too. When Maya shares that she and Ryan have been dating for 5 years, but are not married yet, the people around them give strange reactions. As they go to the counter to pay their bill, they learn about a man named Jeff who was last seen in this diner and has been missing ever since. As Maya and Ryan return to their car to leave, they discover that it won't start. Suddenly, Ryan gets startled by a man standing near the window. The man introduces himself as Rudy and mentions that he has a garage in the back. Rudy checks the car and tells them that the alternator is shot and needs to be replaced. He explains that they need to get a new part from the dealer over in Eugene, but since the dealer is already closed, he can send Dogi first thing in the morning to pick it up. Maya asks if there's anywhere to stay nearby, to which they tell her that there is an Airbnb close by. Ryan becomes suspicious and thinks it's a scam, explaining to Maya that the mechanic must have seen them go into the diner and then conveniently claimed their car was broken. However, Maya asks him not to be paranoid, thanks Rudy for his help, and Rudy offers to have Dogi drive them to the place. Shelley, however, interjects, saying she can drive them since she is off in 10 minutes, and lives out that way. The couple arrives at the cabin, and Maya comments that she likes it so much better than a hotel. After a while, Ryan notices that the fridge is out, and Maya finds the cabin owner Joe's number on the fridge door. She goes outside to call Joe, but it goes to voicemail, so she leaves him a message to get the fridge fixed. Later that night, they receive a weird knock at the door. When Ryan opens it, they find a girl outside who asks, "Is Tamara here?" Maya responds, saying she thinks she has the wrong home, and the girl walks away without saying anything, which they find weird since they are out in the middle of nowhere. They then notice the girl standing at a distance, watching them, and as soon as Ryan turns on the light, she disappears. They both don't pay much attention to it, and start talking about their old trips when suddenly Ryan has an asthma attack. Maya realizes she left his inhaler in the car, to which Ryan suggests that there is an old motorcycle outside that he can just drive into town and retrieve the inhaler from the car. Next, we see Maya talking to her friend Debbie on a video call when she suddenly hears the sound of something falling. She disconnects the call to check it out, thinking Ryan has returned. However, she becomes a little scared when there is no response and then hears a knock on the door. She looks through the peephole but doesn't see anyone. Then the girl asks again, "Is Tamara here?" To which Maya replies that they've already told her there is no Tamara here. She then peeks out of the peephole again and finds the same girl still standing there. Maya locks the door, but the girl knocks on the door again and asks, "Is Tamara here?" Then someone passes behind Maya, and she notices footsteps moving away from the house. She sits back on the couch, waiting for Ryan, but is surprised to find that the phone she had left on the table is no longer there. After looking around, she finds it lying nearby, but suddenly, she hears a girl's voice singing a song, which scares her a little. However, when she checks outside the window, she doesn't see anyone. She becomes very scared and calls Ryan, but her call goes to voicemail, so she leaves a message saying that the girl came back and then left again, and she asks him to return soon. Meanwhile, Ryan arrives at the garage, but no one is there. However, as he takes his inhaler out of the car, Rudy arrives. Ryan explains that this is his car, and he came to get something, to which Rudy responds that he should have called first because he might have thought he was a car thief. Back at the house, Maya plays the piano, unaware that a man wearing a scarecrow mask is sitting in a chair behind her, watching her, and after a while, he disappears. Later, while Maya is taking a shower, Scarecrow appears again, stalking her. However, when Maya looks in that direction, no one is there. Sometime later, the power goes out in the house, and Maya hears the sound of something falling. When she goes to investigate, she encounters another stalker, which terrifies her, and in a panic, she runs upstairs and hides in a storeroom. Maya's fear intensifies when she notices someone approaching the room, but it turns out to be Ryan, who asks her what she's doing there and why the lights are off. She explains that there's someone in the house and asks if he saw anyone outside, to which he replies, no. They locate the fuse box and turn on the light, and when Ryan asks what happened, Maya tells him that someone was standing right there wearing a weird, creepy mask with big eyes. Ryan checks the area and discovers a painting, and he suggests that Maya might have seen this painting in the dark and mistook it for someone in a mask. He explains to her that being in an unfamiliar house can make anyone feel as if they saw something that wasn't really there. Suddenly, there's another knock on the door, and Ryan, frustrated, goes to answer it but finds no one there. However, at a distance, he and Maya can see the same girl standing and watching them. Maya asks if the girl is wearing a mask, to which Ryan replies that he doesn't know. He moves toward the girl to confront her, but she runs away as he approaches, and Ryan warns her that he will call the police if it happens again. After the confrontation, Ryan and Maya return inside and begin to eat, but they soon notice something dripping onto their packet of fries. Looking up in horror, they see a dead bird hanging above their dining table. They rush to close all the doors and windows, but suddenly, someone hits the door with an axe, and in a panic, they rush to lock themselves in a room to stay safe. After some time, the Scarecrow Man breaks open the door with his axe. However, after staring at them for a while, he leaves. Thinking that he is gone, Maya and Ryan cautiously descend the stairs, where Ryan finds his phone, but it's broken. They decide to leave the cabin, but suddenly the motorcycle explodes. And once again, facing the Scarecrow, they rush back inside the house to escape. They hide in the washroom, where Maya suggests that since Joe is a hunter, there might be a hunting rifle in the house. She also notices that the house has a raised foundation, indicating there might be a crawl space they could use to hide or escape. The two try to escape by crawling underneath the house, where Maya accidentally strikes her hand on a nail, and the pinup girl hears her scream. Ryan signals her to keep quiet and pulls the nail out of her hand in one go. They then manage to come out of the cabin and start running towards the shed, but Ryan falls, and when he gets up and moves forward, his inhaler falls there. They both hide in a shed, which is very dark, and when Maya lights her lighter, we see pinup girl standing behind them. They both search for a gun, but they don't find it, so Ryan picks up an axe for their safety. Afterward, Ryan hands the axe to Maya and goes upstairs to search for the gun, but he doesn't find anything. Suddenly, Pinup Girl appears, and then the Scarecrow attacks her through the window. However, Ryan shoots the gun and drives them away. The two then come out of the shed and approach the cabin, where they hear noises from the porch. Ryan reacts by shooting at a guy. However, upon checking, Maya realizes that the person shot was not wearing a mask. They then realize with horror that they have accidentally killed the cabin owner Joe, who had come to fix the refrigerator. They attempt to escape in Joe's vehicle, but are intercepted when Scarecrow's truck T-bones them. Maya successfully gets out of the car, but Ryan is trapped due to his stuck leg. He urges her to leave, and despite her reluctance to leave him behind, she leaves them. Ryan loads the gun to shoot Scarecrow, but discovers he's not in the car. Suddenly, Scarecrow attacks him with his axe, and Ryan fires the gun, but Scarecrow dodges the bullet and flees the scene. Meanwhile, Maya calls 911 to report the attack and the people trying to kill them, but the call fails due to a lack of service. And suddenly, she gets terrified seeing a corpse next to her. She then comes out from there, only to encounter Dollface, who swiftly knocks her unconscious. On the other hand, Ryan confronts Pinup Girl, holding her at gunpoint, demanding to know Maya's whereabouts, and instructing her to drop her knife. He then orders her to turn around and repeats his question about Maya. However, instead of complying, Pinup Girl begins to dance and laugh. And before Ryan can react, Scarecrow strikes him, knocking him down. Ryan and Maya awaken to find themselves tied to chairs inside the house. In a moment of desperation, Ryan proposes to Maya, who tearfully accepts. As they share a heartbreaking moment, Ryan is fatally stabbed by Pinup Girl, and we see the three intruders stand before them. Scarecrow then moves forward and knocks over Ryan's chair, resulting in him choking on his own blood. In anguish, Maya demands to know why they're doing this to them, to which Pinup Girl coldly replies, "Because you're here." Scarecrow then stabs Maya, and she too is knocked over. As police sirens wail in the distance, the perpetrators hastily flee the scene. Maya eventually awakens in a hospital bed, having survived the night. She slowly rises from the bed, but fails to notice Scarecrow lying next to her. Thanks for facing the frights with us. If you survived this video, drop a like, summon that subscribe button, and brace yourself for more horror. Until next time, stay spooked.